14 last night. He is Chris Canty. I'm Michelle Smallman. It is Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance. And the Spurs are absolutely rolling right now, Cece. How are we feeling about them heading down the stretch?
Oh, I'm feeling damn good about the San Antonio Spurs. And I said that Victor Wembanyama's talent and his sports character is a reason to believe that the Spurs can skip steps. I can't believe I said it that way, but I guess it's Freudian slip. But the point of it is that this group doesn't have what we believe is the requisite playoff experience to put them in the category of being a true title contender. You usually have to go into the playoffs and get your nose bloodied to understand what that style of basketball is all about before you're able to have success at the highest level. But with the Spurs, I believe that this group can do that because of how dominant Wemby is on both sides of the court. I mean, when you talk about the force that he is, last night against the Bulls, 41 points, had a double-double in the first 9 minutes of the game. This dude made that game last night a laugher against the Bulls. It wasn't a game after halftime. They were up by 20 at the end of the third. It was a joke. And that's because of how Wemby plays. There was one play where he's getting an offensive rebound. He gets 2 offensive rebounds in a row before he finally puts it in. And it looks like he's out there playing basketball with my brother's kids. It's just like that's
just not fair.
It's insane how Wemby plays the game and he dominates the game. He sets the tone for the game. And I think that's the part that makes it special, like his ability to be able to make everybody else's job easier because of the gravity that he commands from the other team. I think that's what separates him from everybody else in the league.
Absolutely. And we touched on it a bit last segment, but that's why I'm glad he said what he said last week about outlining his game and what he does, because we can watch him and see how spectacular he is, but the nuance of everything that Wemby does that impacts the game and that really emphasizes the V and MVP, the value that he brings to the San Antonio Spurs with how he impacts the game in so many ways is important. And I think in a society obsessed with points, obsessed with offense, a lot of times you can discount defense. You can discount all of those other things that he brings to the table. So I was happy to see him say that. I was happy to see us as sports fans and sports media collectively talk about it. Draymond was like, yeah, you needed Wemby to point that out for you guys to notice that defense is really important. But sometimes stuff like that does need to be said. And now I think a lot of us, even though we acknowledged it before, are watching Wemby in a different way with a heightened sense of awareness because he pointed certain things out.
Smalls, the Spurs last night against the Bulls were plus 20 in rebounding. Plus 20 in rebounding. I mean, they had 28 second chance points.
That's crazy.
They beat Chicago from pillar to post. It was non-competitive, and it was because of Victor Wembanyama. They shot 50% from the field and 40% from three.
Wow.
You know why they have a high shooting percentage? They're not a great shooting team, but they get a ton of open looks. Why? Because defenses have to collapse on Victor Wembanyama. There's nothing that you cannot stop him with one body. You have to commit multiple bodies to him. And when you're going up against the Spurs on offense, when you have the ball, you have to have a game plan as to how you're going to attack them and how you're going to remove Wemby from the paint. And even when you try to do that, he has the athleticism, the short area quickness, the agility to be able to get back to the paint, be help side defense, and contest shots at the rim. We've never seen a player like this, Smalls. We've never seen a player this size with that level of movement skills and athleticism in the league. There's a reason why Shaquille O'Neal is the only player in NBA history to have more games with 40-plus points and 15-plus rebounds than Wemby, age 23 or younger. He's literally doing things that we have never seen before. It is the spectacle that we all wish for and hope for when we're watching sports. I just hope that everybody appreciates what we're getting in real time, because this dude has quickly ascended to being one of the very best players in the league. At this point right now, I think I got to go out there and say it. Victor Wembanyama is a top 5 player in the NBA.
Top 5.
Top 5. And you know what? He might not be 5.
I had a feeling that was coming. Okay.
That's how great Victor was. If you want to factor in the entirety of the game, in which we're considering what he does on offense and what he does on defense, Victor Wembanyama is a top 5 player in the sport.
And he might not be 5. Well, Wemby had...
And he might be your MVP.
He might be. He had 41 points last night. Steph Castle had 21. 6 players from San Antonio CC scored in double figures last night. And we mentioned that the Spurs won their 9th straight game. I believe they have 7 games remaining on the schedule. This is a young team. This is a team that doesn't have that muscle memory. And we're looking at what they're doing. We're looking at what Wemby's doing. We're so impressed. But now we're having an eye towards the playoffs. We're wondering how that's going to translate to playoff basketball. A lot of people are wondering if the Spurs are peaking too soon. Do you think they're in danger of that?
No, I don't think they're in danger of peaking too soon. I mean, listen, this team has been playing really good basketball for a long time. They've won 25 of their last 27 games. So, yeah, I think that this is who they are. They're finding themselves. They're not peaking too soon. I think this is a young group that is getting more confidence and trusting the formula that their head coach, Mitch Johnson, has outlined in terms of how they have to win games night in and night out with one of the most unstoppable forces. This team plays really good defense. And it's not just Wemby. He's the anchor for what they do. And they take advantage of having that level of rim protection, that level of eraser behind the front lines behind the guard play and the guards being able to, the perimeter defense. But Victor Wembanyama allows those wings and those guards to be more aggressive in defending shots from the outside. And that means that you get more contested looks when you're talking about the opposing team's offense trying to challenge the San Antonio Spurs defense. So, yeah, I don't think this is by any means a team that doesn't have the requisite versatility to navigate the playoffs in the different matchups, because I do think they have that. But I think we spend most of our time focusing, and rightfully so, on how singular and how dominant Victor Wembanyama has been.
He really is a spectacle in the best possible way. He's Chris Canty. I'm Michelle Smallman. It's Unsportsmanlike. And coming up next, we have CC's Power Rankings. It's Tuesday, so CC's going to rank stuff. He's got a great set of rankings for you today. Top 5
sports brands
that are
more name than game.
That are more name than game. CC's going to have that for you next. But first, he's got this from Granger.